Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 7. So I first wanted to start this video off by saying thank you so much for subscribing, thank you for watching, thank you for commenting, and for those of you who watch the videos but you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe to my channel and make sure to hit the thumbs up. Whenever you hit the thumbs up, it always helps my channel. Also, YouTube has added a special feature called the Super Thanks. If you would like to support my channel, please hit the Super Thanks. Any donation is welcome. Now on to the show. So the show picks up right where it left off. Drew has come to the dinner, even though she originally declined.
Sonya is giving me if Pick Me was a person. When you're getting your makeup done for free.
First of all, the makeup wasn't free. King Artest told me $25.
Did you pay him?
Did you send me the contact?
That's what they're talking about is so insignificant. It don't even make sense.
You can't call me and ask me as a friend. You felt it necessary to do that in front of the group.
Give her the same respect. You're making faces and you're doing all this that you know is going to aggravate her.
Oh, God, the mama about to beat her ass.
You're clout chasing.
I'm not chasing. I'm a 4-time Olympic gold medalist. Put some respect on my name.
Now listen, I absolutely hate to agree with this, but Sanya does come off as a pick-me type person. And when Drew said that she thought that she was a clout chaser, I have to agree. And I hate to say that because Sanya is a 4-time Olympic gold medalist, but I have to remind myself, you're on the same show as Drew, who is not a 4-time Olympic gold medalist. Also, I am not a huge Olympic follower, so a lot of people had no idea who you were. So to me, it does seem a little weird. And when she keeps calling Drew fake, it's odd to me because Sonya is the one that's actually coming off as fake. It's just too much. I don't know. Sanya's mom jumping in felt like a bit too much for me. I do realize that us moms want to stick up for our kids all the time, but I think that Sanya's mom knows the full story. So I'm Team Drew. You guys get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And you know, it was really odd for me to see Mama Joyce actually be the voice of reason. This whole argument makes no sense, and it seems that this is what Sanya's storyline is going to be this season. And the thing about it is I liked her. You guys know, for the first 2 or 3 episodes, I was definitely Team Sanya. But right now, she is coming off as the one who is fake and phony and manufacturing a storyline. You know, Kenya mentioned how upset she was about Kandi and the vibrating underwear, and Kandi makes this comment that Kenya should be the last one to say anything considering that she was in the movie Toi. Well, let me just say there's a difference between make-believe and reality. You know, she was in the movie, which is a movie. It is not her real life or her real personality. And Kandi says, well, you could have just enjoyed the game or not. But that's not really how that went, because if you remember on the trip, she was checking each girl to see if they were wearing the vibrator. And when they weren't, she made some kind of comment about them not wearing it. I agree with Kenya 100%. If I want to wear vibrating panties with my boyfriend or with my husband, that is our personal business. But if I am on a trip with couples and we are wearing these vibrating underwear and other people's husbands' controllers can control my vibrator, I feel a little weird about that. And I would also think that my husband would feel a little odd about that. So that would be a game that I would not participate in. But that's just me. We all have our own opinions and our own feelings about the situation. Peeps, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. The situation with Drew saying that she got her makeup done free, and then Sanya coming back saying that no, he told her it would be $25, but she still hadn't paid the man. And then she's going to use that comment that, well, Drew didn't give her the contact information. She hasn't talked to Drew since New York. That's a lie, because you disinvited her to your mommy photo shoot. And then you text her and the rest of the girls to invite them to this dinner. So at what point did you not have the opportunity to text her about this man's contact information for his $25? I'm just saying. I did get a kick out of Mama Joyce calling Kenya Beyonce, because you know Kenya does love Beyonce. And Candy in her confessionals, her and Marlo making those comments about Kenya, I didn't appreciate it, especially Candy, because Candy should know how it feels for people to talk about their sex lives. However, I did laugh at Marlo's Mary Kay joke, but it was still rude. And clearly Marlo does not know anybody that Kenya may have slept with, because she was not able to give the producers not one name. So stop it, Marlo. Later in the episode, we see Marlo. She is speaking regarding her foundation called Glam It Up, which I had no idea that Marlo had a nonprofit for young ladies who are in the foster care system. I thought that that was amazing, and I was so proud of Marlo. You know, one thing that I thought about that, though, is she did mention that she was in and out of foster homes her whole life, and that she had made her way through 5 different foster homes. And when they did that flashback of her talking about Kenya's mom and how if your own mama doesn't love you, you must be an evil person, that broke my heart the first time she said it, but it really hit hard the second time, because you would think that someone who spent their entire life in and out of foster care would understand Kenya's pain. And so that really ticked me off about Marlo. But it did warm my heart to see that she is giving back to other children who are in the same position that she was in. And she is trying to teach them, if you believe it and dream it, you can achieve it. And I appreciate that.
You have to get to know everybody, but I don't think you have to go against the people you've been friends with.
Absolutely.
Girl had the nerve to say I was clout chasing. I said, girl, I am a 4-time Olympic gold medalist. I am the clout.
Gunshot
I
fire.
am the clout.
Yeah.
It's not even like she was Melanie on the game. You know what I mean?
I never even saw her on the game. Did
Relax.
I don't know what the game is.
Exactly.
What is the game?
One thing I also noticed is, remember when the last episode when Marlo called Sanya a bitch? Sanya's face frowned up, but she didn't say anything to Marlo. She has 0 energy for Marlo, but she keeps big mad energy with Drew. And that says a lot, in my opinion. I'm still team Drew. Sanya's family making fun of Drew regarding her not being the star of the game. I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I have never seen one episode of the game. I have no idea what it was about. I'm assuming some people play football or something. My little sister, she used to watch it. I mean, that girl never missed an episode. She was serious about this show. But one thing is true. Maybe Drew wasn't the star of that show, but if you Google Drew has been in a ton of BET movies, Hallmark movies, and Lifetime movies. So maybe she's not on the big screen making blockbuster hits, but Drew is actually out here making a paycheck. And I would like to say, for the umpteenth time, BET, Lifetime, and Hallmark, call me. I'm dramatic. I am good. I am available. I am cheap. Just call me. I'm just saying. I would love to get on one of those murder mysteries. I would also like to get on the Christmas circuit. You know, they make the same 15 Christmas movies over and over and over again with different actors. At the beginning, they hate each other, but in the end, they're in love. You know what I mean? Call me Hallmark. I'm just saying. Throughout this episode, it was so crazy for me that Marlo kept on mentioning how people need to be better friends to her. And I thought to myself, really? I don't think so, ma'am. I don't think so, ma'am. Because you have not been a good friend to any of these ladies. Now, when Sheree meets up with that life coach, he took me out. Okay? When he told her that being with Tyrone was like a fantasy for Tyrone, I didn't know he was going to go that far. You know, the handling business every night. That was a bit much, but I understood. And he seems to be a tell it like it is kind of guy. And I can appreciate that. And let me just say this. Sheree, stop it. I'm serious. Girl, at the age of 52, you should know that you are taking a chance when you date somebody who is in jail. And also at the age of 52, as smart, as beautiful, as accomplished, and as famous as she is, she has no business waiting for a man to get out of jail. I mean, any woman that is in her 40s or 50s or 60s, we need to be out enjoying our lives, not sitting around waiting for some dude to get out of jail. No, ma'am. It's time to snap out of it. And I'm absolutely getting tired of woo, 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 is Sheree? Hell no, ma'am. Okay? If Sheree was one of my girlfriends, I would have gave her, ooh, girl, I am real sorry about that. And moving on. I'm not about to sit here and have this pity party with you. Especially when you keep saying that you're not sure if you're done with Tyrone. Goodbye, Tyrone.
She by Sheree, I gotta admit, it's been kind of a mess.
What happened to She by Sheree?
Joggers.
Excuse me?
Joggers. It's more lifestyle.
When?
Probably more September. For, that is spring, summer.
Okay.
September, spring, shows spring, summer.
Now, honey, listen, this She by Sheree, I laugh my butt off with that, okay? Listen, Sheree, you are the one out of every single housewife show that I watch. You are the #1 person right next to Teresa Giudice that should have their own fitness line. You need to change this to She by Sheree Fitness or She by Sheree Sports, because look at her. She looks like she spends all day at the gym. She could have athletic wear, body wraps, protein packs, the meal plan. She could actually be a YouTube sensation by creating her own fitness videos, waist trainers. She could be a sponsor for her own weight training equipment. She could open up her own gym. Remember when Tamra Judge and her husband started that Cut Fitness? This is Sheree's arena. She is passionate about fitness. Girl, you better get on in the game and quit playing around. Now, when Kandi is calling Marlo and she offers Marlo some of her gently used clothes, Marlo tells her that she does not accept used clothes for her girls. Now, here's the thing. I'm on both sides. I understand where Marlo is coming from, but I also understand where Kandi was coming from. Kandi, at the start of the conversation, she asked her, how does her donations work? You know, I also seen an interview with Kandi, and Kandi said that she asked her how it works. So if they don't take gently used clothes, she was more than willing to buy brand new clothes for the girl or to just give a financial donation. But at the time, she was trying to get rid of some of these clothes and she thought it was a good idea. And I think that that is very sweet. I really do. And if Kandi was willing to give me some of her gently used clothes, which she says most of the time she only wears things once anyway, I would be happy to accept it. So I see where Kandi was coming from. However, I also see where Marlo is coming from, because as a kid, I had hand-me-downs. You know, as a kid, we had a charity here in town, which I don't know if it's national or not. It was called Charity Newsy or something like that, where you would go at the beginning of the school year and they would give you jeans and shirts and socks and underpants, but everybody would have those same jeans, those same shirts, those same underpants, and people would clown the hell out of you. And I remember crying and being so upset because we did not have money and I was being laughed at. They would also give you coats in the winter, and everybody had the same coats. They were like pea coats. They were all navy blue, so everybody knew that you got that stuff for free and that your parents didn't have any money, and it was sad as a kid. So I understand where Marlo is coming from when she says that she wants her girls to feel special and she wants them to get brand new things. I totally get it. But later in the episode, when she was telling the rest of the girls, throwing Kandi under the bus, which I thought was really tacky and no class whatsoever, because you know when she told Kandi that she didn't take used clothes, that Kandi was definitely going to either buy new clothes or she was going to donate by writing a check to Marlo's foundation. I think that's so terrible, because first of all, Kandi doesn't owe you anything, Marlo. But when Kenya was mentioning that you can't put a value on clothes and material things and you shouldn't teach that to those young ladies, I agree with that. I really do. But we have to think about it. Marlo is a very materialistic person. She really is. And then for her to be so in an uproar about it that she's telling the rest of the girls, the first thing I thought was, you may not want hand-me-downs being delivered to your girls, but you rent your old clothes on the archive. I'm just saying, Marlo this season, I know that she wants to hold on to her peach. She does not have to work that hard. Marlo is naturally funny. You do not have to go for the jugular every time. But I do understand what she's saying about wanting her girls to have something new, something that is their own. And I also understand where Kenya and Candy are coming from. Get down in the comments, peeps. What do you think? So when Kenya and Sheree meet up for brunch and they have those womlets, listen, I wanted me one of them womlets, I'm telling you. And when Kenya was on Watch What Happens Live, Andy asked her about the womlets and she said they were delicious. And Andy wants one too. Anyway, when Kenya was talking about her deal with Walmart, I thought that was really authentic, and I thought it was refreshing that she was willing to talk about the ups and downs of business, because most of the time when you see the housewives talking, they're always talking about the ups in their business, you know. So I appreciated that. Of course, last week on the Real Housewives of Dubai, we seen Sarah talk about, you know, her downfalls in business in the past. But she was saying that due to the pandemic, her jars and containers, her bottles that she uses for her Kenya Moore hair care, has caused her to miss her deadline with her major retailer, which is Walmart. And I said, ooh, not the Walmart money. And she says that she missed her deadline, and if those bottles don't show up, she'll miss a second deadline, which could cause her to lose her biggest retailer. And she doesn't want to go back in business. She wants to go forward because this is a legacy that she's trying to create for her daughter. And so I am rooting for Kenya. That broke my heart a little bit. I said, Lord have mercy. Make a way for this girl. Find some bottles some daggone where. I was thinking, can she find a U.S. company somewhere that she can get some bottles? Anyway, then Sheree talks about She by Sheree, and she says that every time she feels that she's almost there and ready to release her She by Sheree collection, her male manager hits on her. And I said, girl, I don't know if I buy that. I think that's a lie. I mean, come on now. Every last one of your male partners have hit on you. And on top of that, being the strong woman, you know, who gonna check me, boo, woman that Sheree is, you can't tell me that you didn't just handle business and let him know. Excuse me, sir. We are talking business, not personal. Don't play with me. You know what I mean? I don't know. But Kenya tells her that she's happy to try to help her find a female business manager who won't be interested in her so that she can kick off the She by Sheree. Now that she is back on the show, I hope by the time the end of the season comes up, she'll be able to show us the She by Sheree collection and actually have a release date. And don't give us none of that in September. It's going to be the summer spring collection. That's fall. I'm just saying. Anyway, then they talk about Marlo.
Oh, you didn't really do anything. What, you sent some flowers, some old eggs, some cheap eggs?
I was under the impression that she and Drew really did a lot of this together.
Drew didn't do anything. She came over to the house to get the stuff that I had already prepared to take to your house.
Are we making cupcakes?
Yes. I never want you to think that I don't care. I'm a very loyal friend.
Well, thank you for clarifying that.
Marlo is working overtime to make people think I'm a liar. Yeah. I'm not a good friend.
If a person's mother don't want to be bothered with them, you know something wrong with her.
All right.
That's how you know she's evil.
Now, listen. I was extremely pissed off that Sheree was sitting there smiling in Kenya's face, knowing that she sat out there on that patio at Sanya's dinner, amening and backing up and supporting all that negativity that Marlo was speaking about Kenya. I thought that was quite disgusting that she didn't speak up and say, hey, this is what happened. Now, when Kenya was on Watch What Happens Live, she said that she had no idea that happened. And when the episode aired, she immediately called Sheree and asked her what was that about. And she said that Sheree couldn't really remember that all of that had happened. And she pretty much told her that she was sorry. So Kenya says that she felt that Sheree was under the influence of the devil at the time, which of course the devil is Marlo, and I am paraphrasing. Those are not her exact words, but I think she has forgiven Sheree. I personally would have put Sheree on probation. Don't let it happen again, ma'am. I think that Marlo was absolutely downplaying all that Kenya did for Sheree's event, and I think that Kenya was downplaying what Drew did, because Drew did drive all the way to Kenya's house to pick up these supplies and the pink eggs, and she whipped up some cupcakes before she left. So I think Kenya should give Drew a little more credit, and Marlo should really shut the hell up, because it was Kenya's idea. Kenya supplied a cake, she sent over the stuff to make cupcakes, and she supplied the masseuse. Leave the woman alone. She was sick. And you can tell that Kenya was sick. In the last episode and in this episode, her voice sounded hoarse. She's been coughing. I mean, let the woman live, Marlo. So then they decide that they're going to have another little girls get together. And this girls get together is again to be there to support Sheree. No, ma'am. I would have showed up just for the food. I am not here to support you, ma'am. You are too grown for this. I just came for the drinks and the jerk chicken. Anyway, Drew gets there first, and then Sanya shows up. Sanya is acting like nothing is wrong. Can I get a hug? They're sitting there completely awkward. I said, wait a minute. This is the time where none of the other girls are around for you guys to hash this out. But no, you know everybody's got to wait. Oh no, wait till the rest of the group gets here.
That's not being a friend.
No,
Your
it's
comprehension
landing.
is very off.
No, that wig is very off.
Yes, because
No,
I'm
that
trying to
wig is
get
off.
here. It's a mess. It is a goddamn mess.
That damn
baby.
wig.
You have a head full of hair. You promote your hair care, and you coming in with this damn wig look like you selling Mary Kay. Hello, I got a sale today.
I want more as in action. I've known Candy for a long time. I don't think that she's been a friend to me lately.
Wanted to make it up to you guys.
Yeah, I like makeup. I like
What about the
makeup.
invited and uninvited guests?
Well, we still got issues, girl.
Oh, okay, so this isn't for me.
For Marlo and Sheree.
You invited me to that too.
I didn't invite you, girl.
You did invite me.
I
You
didn't
told me
invite
all
you.
about it.
I didn't invite you. Drew, you are driving me crazy. I don't like when you keep over-talking me. Seriously, it's very frustrating. Do not want that reputation, because I pay all of my bills. I'm trying to hold it together, but it's not cool.
But you don't.
It's not cool.
You're unstable.
No, I know. You need to stop being phony, bro.
You're being phony.
I'm being Sonya.
Listen, before we get into all that, Drew did go out on Twitter and she says, I was paying for your touch-up and that's why you never got the invoice, sis. Just being friendly, remember? Then she says, I feel like it's very unnecessary for her mother to interject while I'm addressing the situation with at Sanya Richie Ross. I didn't think that her mom needed to get involved either, but we moms, we don't play that. You ain't gonna be getting smart with our child. I'm just saying. Now, I don't think that Marlo or Sheree have any reason to be upset with Candy. You guys are not her friend either. You treat her like crap. The only person this season so far who has been friends to all the girls or the cast this season has been Kenya, and that is completely surprising. But I'm so tired of this Sanya and Drew situation. I wish that Sanya would grab her medals and run the hell off this show. This is completely fake drama. This is like watching an episode of Supernatural. You know it's not real. And does anybody else think that this I'm a 4-time Olympic gold medalist starting to feel like Wendy from The Real Housewife of Potomac? I have 4 degrees. I'm starting to get tired of hearing it. I don't blame Drew for asking Sanya every time they get into an argument, why couldn't you have this conversation one-on-one? It makes no sense. Before you disinvited her to your Mommy Nation event, you could have called her up and you guys could have had that conversation over the phone. You save this every chance you get so that it could be on TV. You are trying to hold on to this peach. You know what? When Kenya says your comprehension is very off and Marlo says, no, that wig is off, I appreciated Kenya because she came right back and she says, yes, it is. It's a mess. She claimed that her wig was terrible and it did look as if it could fly off at any moment. But that is all right. Like Marlo said, that woman has good hair under her wig. You know what I mean? Leave that woman alone. And if she wants to come out with her wig bad, that's her business. I really hated that Sheree made that comment about Kandi not being a really good friend to her. You know what? The same way I feel about Marlo and Kandi, I feel that same way about Sheree and Kandi. Kandi does not owe them anything. Sheree, you have not been a good friend to Kandi either. When Kandi was being bashed, you sat right there and amened all of that. You talked about her dating under her tax bracket and possibly busting it open for everybody in Atlanta. That was disgusting. And none of my friends would say anything like that about me. First, they wouldn't say anything like that about me because they know that.
Because I believe.
Even if I did bust it open somewhere, they would never tell it. I'm just saying.
Hi, Niecy. When my sister gets on the phone, I can just tell she wasn't herself. She's immediately cursing at me, yelling, and blaming me for putting her there. The guard said she wouldn't even come back to the phone, and she picked up a chair and threw it at the monitor. Don't cry. I love you guys.
Love you too. Now, this situation with Marlo's sister, it broke my heart. I mean, when she started crying, so did I. And I was just happy that she was there for her nephews. Mental health struggle is real. And I hope that her sister gets the help that she needs. I appreciate everything that Marlo is doing for her nephews, being there for them, trying to support them, and just letting them know how much she loves them and that she is going to be here for them. I could not imagine the hurt and the pain and all the emotions that all three of them are going through, especially in that very moment. But I can say that I appreciate Bravo for not sharing it with us. I don't think that we needed to hear or see her sister on that call, and I'm very thankful that they didn't. I am wishing nothing but the best for Marlo and her nephews. You guys, get down in the comments and let me know what you thought of this episode. And until next time, bye.